Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wristlocks and Long Talks. I'm one of your hosts, Johnny Amon, and I got a special guest straight from Oklahoma, where I'm at, Danny Frost. He is a ref for Oklahoma Independent Wrestling, mainly found in the Empire Pro Wrestling promotion, where I also do some work. Um, Danny, I'm stealing someone else's week here, so I'm going to steal her question that she starts off most of her interviews with when she remembers. Do you like chicken nuggets?
No, not really.
I think she ends the interviews when she hears that question. I don't remember.
All
No,
right, well,
she doesn't. So, Danny, how long have you been roughing?
I've been reffing under a year now. July will be my 1 year mark.
All right, and in that 1 year, you've been in the ring roughing a couple of big names, a couple of big people at that.
Yeah, I've had a couple names come across my face that didn't think I'd actually see in real life type situation. Kind of caught me off guard when heard the name was coming to the promotion and then them standing in front of my face, having conversations, having a drink with them. It's quite a privilege.
Well, we don't want a boring podcast where you don't drop names.
Oh, you want me to drop names? Okay, so we've got what is it? I think a formerly known Jack Swagger, WWE TNA, not TNA, but AEW. Let's see, we had Heath. I got Kid Slater. Let's see, Jack Talos from Young Rock, early NXT days, NWA,
TNA,
uh, yep, TNA. That one had TNA. Um,
GCW regular Sam Stackhouse.
Recently just had Sam Stackhouse. Yes, I just got to meet him directly after the KJ Russo craziness. That was wild in its own right. I There's a show coming up here soon where I get to meet him. We work in a show with him. In the past, my first trainer was actually Paul London about 11 years ago with Texas Home Pro Wrestling. So I've been in the around and in the business for about 11 years now.
So, you've said you've been in there with Swagger, Stackhouse, Heath, Talos. Did you have any fun moments with him? Like, I know when we had
It,
Heath at Empire, he was a pretty fun guy. I loved having Heath.
that
I want him back.
it was the after show that made him just hilarious to be around. In the ring though, watching Jack Talos choke slam, but it's you half feel bad for the guy, and then the other half he's like, man, he is so high up right now. Oh, here he comes, all the way down. There's no better seat in professional wrestling than being a referee. Gonna let everybody know right now. If you want the best seat in the house, become a referee. It's a
I mean,
challenge and it's a job, but it's so much fun.
you say it's the best seat in the house, which I almost can't disagree with because I think it'd be pretty cool to be in there. But what got you into refing?
So it was a mixture of a couple different things. I've always been a fan of pro wrestling, that guy right there being the sole reason. Um, for those who don't know, it's Sting, just clarify. Uh, First VHS tape I watched was I want to Great American Bash '89. Him and Muda. Literally, my dad picked up this one right next to it, and it was '91 Bash at the Great American Bash. Him and Flair for the title. A card that's actually above the box. That's what made me fall in love with pro wrestling. And about 23, I saw a poster at a laundromat in my hometown, and I messaged the number or Facebook the number or whatever it was, and the lady that I spoke to invited me in. I trained for a while, moved here. It's kind of long. I'm gonna cut it short. Didn't spend a lot of time around it for about 8 years. found my way back into it. I attempted to train, but by this point in time, my neck is kind of past the ability of letting me want to take bumps. So tried out refereeing. Um, was kind of impartial at first. Uh, didn't know how I would feel, but after about the second or third show, it just clicked, and I started falling in love with it. I started going back and watching old referees and their reactions or emotions, especially like Charles Robinson. His facial features sometimes are better than the match itself. But that's really what it was. The ultimate decision was the instability of my neck, not wanting to take a risk and doing something that would cause more trouble than pleasure, I guess you could say. But I absolutely love it.
Which
It's
you mentioned Charles Robinson. Did you see recently that he made a gaffe in one of his matches and he actually publicly apologized for it? He just like
no.
stood there looking at a pin, not moving,
Oh
and
no, I
then
gotta go back and
finally
find
started
that.
counting.
So, as you would like to say, he Aubrey Edwards.
No, he did not Aubrey Edwards that. I will not say Charles Robinson Aubrey Edward did that. He's like one of the few refs that I even remember as a child, and one of the few refs that is good at his job that I know their name. Because
Right.
like Paul Turner, great ref.
I'm
Charles
actually a really
Robinson,
big fan of like of the new people that are in there right now. Like Jessica Carr, I think she's phenomenal. I think she's a great ref. She's on point. She's vocal. She commands authority while she's in there for being a woman and a referee. Yeah,
I mean
there's a
Stephon
lot.
Clark is good also,
Very much so.
and
There's
there's a
quite
couple
a
others that are good that I just don't know their name because they're doing their job properly.
exactly. I only notice you in the parts that I need to notice you at. And as a referee, I see it a little bit more. I can see the key moments that can help me get better by studying their movements, their cues, their timings. Of course, I don't get an earpiece. So for me, it's all on the fly. It's a lot of it's been learning on the job, to be
And
honest. Learning
let's
from
talk
my
about not
mistakes.
having that earpiece because I know I've kept time for matches and there's been a kerfuffle because I
Yeah, a
spent
couple.
time over here, and now it's
A couple.
time over there, and then you were kind of keeping time in the match.
It was
Like,
kind of like the Spider-Man meme of us just like pointing at each other, trying to figure out who's actually got the time and who's doing what. I know exactly which match you're talking about. I know which moment you're talking about. Uh, that was great. It was like 20 seconds too early, too late, something, and we just kind of had to run with it. Maybe even longer than that. I don't know, but it was a good substantial time from when the time was actually supposed to be.
the
Vividly
announcer
remember that
was early. That's what it was. So that's like still
one.
like 30 seconds, and he's like, starting 20 seconds remaining in the match. I'm like, no. And like, you kind of looked at me, and I'm like, but then they went to
You're
the go
all
home, and
right.
like, you had
Just
to
kind
do
of
it
had to
or
read it.
else.
But I mean, that's part of it. It's on the fly. Like sometimes stuff doesn't happen the way you want it to in a match, and you just kind of got to roll with it. And they're professionals, and they rolled with it. They knew what they knew what they knew. We knew where we were supposed to go, and we got there pretty much.
Right.
And that's just part of it. Getting, however, I'm not going to peel back the curtain, but whatever the outcome may be, however we got to get there, let's get there and make it make sense. Make it good. Make it enjoyable. I'm a fly on the wall until I need to be.
So I'm going to ask two very similar questions. First, what is your favorite type of match?
Nothing involving a manager.
No,
No,
I mean to watch as a fan, not
yeah.
to
As a
ref.
fan, oh man, honestly, a submissions match. I love good technical wrestling. Love it. It's one of my favorite aspects of pro wrestling is the technicality of it. Um, I did a lot of mixed martial arts growing up, and my dad was not a small person, and he wrestled with me because we watched wrestling together. So being able to get out of some holds and transitioning into other stuff, the way some of these guys do it, it really is. It's a true artwork. So yeah, a good sound technical wrestling match, good submission based, would probably be my favorite easily.
I
My
don't think
least favorite,
American
my least
TV's had
favorite.
a good like Iron Man submission match or whatever since like Benoit and Angle were in their prime.
I wasn't gonna say, but you said it exactly that match. That's the last time I've seen Daniel Bryanson put on some really, really sound technical matches,
I mean, a
but
lot of the ROH pure wrestling titles has pure sound technical wrestling, but I'm
great.
talking like you're talking submission match there. Like
Yeah.
I would love to see Zack Sabre Jr. versus Angelico in a submission match.
That one wouldn't be bad. I feel like the submission has honestly lost its flair over the past few years. It's more about the spot. Like, oh, it's a really cool finish rather than making a guy tap out. I've always been the guy I'd much rather see you tap the guy out than pin him. I think it means more. Like, oh, I pinned you. Everybody pins somebody. Make me tap out.
Well, I
You know
mean,
what I
not
mean?
only is the submission kind of lost its flair, like you said, because it's about the spots, but also there's always that complaint that nobody sells. And for the power of a submission to work, really, you have to sell.
Yes. Please sell people. Like, do you know how annoying it is to drop down to check on you and you look like you're in your phone? You got that I'm in my phone face. Like, you don't look I it's frustrating. It's happened a few times and like I'd be like, I'll sell, do something. Like, I'm a little guy. You can see it. You put me in something, I promise you, I'm not selling. It's actual reaction. Like it shouldn't be hard, but like you said, it's an art form that's lost. I will say I'm more of a old school style fan more than I like a lot of new stuff. Don't get me wrong, I grew up to the Hardys. I mean, shit.
Okay, you can't. I guess we can call the Hardys old school stuff now. But
Well, I mean,
you
like
say old school stuff, I think like territory days. Come on now.
that's what I'm speaking. I'm speaking on both of those collectively. That's to me like after a certain. Well, I mean, for most of our generation, like our main pop was the Attitude Era, and we called anything before that old school, the Golden Age, the Silver Age. Like so, technically, for this new generation, the Attitude Era and the Aggression Era would be almost like old school wrestling. You still had a lot of traditional styles back then that you don't see nowadays. uh, I mean, FTR, they're definitely a more traditional mat-based technical style wrestling team, which I love that stuff.
But even FTR is getting a little more high flying. I mean, they're not like
Oh, yeah.
luchador high flying, but they're doing a little more risky stuff. Like, and I know Dax wasn't the one who did it, but Collision just recently, Daniel Garcia did basically a superplex version of the Tres Amigos.
Yeah,
Like
that
he
was
did
weird.
three of them in succession,
Yeah, that was weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's overkill. Like to me, that's overkill. Maybe
especially since
two.
Dax kicked out at two.
What was the point of it? What was the point? The match I hate the most though is street fights. Don't air that. Don't air that on TV. That's not a street fight. I remember street fights when we were growing up. Yeah. Yeah, they were in the street outside the arena beating the crap out of each other. The Rock threw Stone Cold. It wasn't a street fight, but the Rock threw Stone Cold over a bridge. Granted, he landed probably on a crash pad somewhere. That's not the point. That is not the point.
I mean,
Like
didn't
street
somebody
fight,
throw Ray into the Gulf of Mexico down in Houston one time?
maybe that's what it was. I don't remember. It's been so long. I'm in my 30s now. I don't remember a lot. I have to go back and watch it and be like, oh yeah, I remember that type crap. But yeah, that's probably my favorite match and a long drawn out reason why. I apologize. And then a quick version of the match I hate the most.
And so now that we know what your favorite match is, what is your favorite type of match to ref? Because I know you did battle royals, you did a mosh pit mayhem match recently, that
I've done
you
ladder
did a chain
matches.
match.
Chain match, that was a weird one. Uh Ladder match was chaotic. That was battle royals are fun. They're fun. Honestly, a good singles match. Like I hate to be basic and generic about it, but a good singles match, no outside managers, just two people one on one. It's pure, I guess you could say. But battle royals would be my hard runner up number two. Watch people get thrown over the ropes. It's just great. It really is. Unless you bump the wrong way on the way out, then it could be a little painful. I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people say there's really no way to train to go get thrown out of the ring.
Oh yeah, yeah, there is. We do it. We've literally been trained to get thrown out of the ring. I don't, I don't,
I don't
I don't
I don't
know.
even remember who said it. I want to say Al Snow said something like that, but like,
I'll call bullshit. I know how to get thrown over the ring. You know what? Next time we're together, why don't you clip me getting thrown over the ring so people know, like, oh, look, it's possible.
hey,
Happens all the
I'm
time.
I'm just trying to add what
I'm just
I've heard.
hey,
Um,
well, that's bullshit.
what type of match do you want to ref in the future?
Hell in a cell. That one.
We would have
Definitely
to
that.
get a really big building to do that.
Either that or I'd have to work for a different company. Anything's possible. So,
Yeah.
sky's the limit. Never know. You never really know. So, goals are goals. If they happen, they happen. If they don't, I love Empire Pro Wrestling. I do. It's home. Uh, it was a start where I never thought I would again.
So, like I said earlier, I'm still in someone's episode slot. I still her question about the chicken nuggets. She'd be really upset to know that we've talked about wrestling this long because she's the most unprofessional professional podcaster. She doesn't. She talks wrestling, but she veers off onto other stuff. Like, what are some of the things you collect or shows you like watching?
I love. Honestly, I just started collecting wrestling stuff, so I can't say like I'm a big collector of wrestling stuff. Uh, I love collecting Batman stuff. I'm a Batman fanatic, I guess you could say. Um, I probably have seen every episode of Supernatural like six times.
So, with
Yeah.
Batman,
And
who's the best Joker?
Jack Nicholson.
I mean, I would have expected Mark Hamill.
Well, I love Mark Hamill. but Jack Nicholson was the first Bat Joker I ever saw, and it stuck with me. Now, fun story about Mark Hamill's Joker is my dad's the one who told me who actually was the voice actor because we were sitting there and he was watching it with me one Saturday and he was like, I know that voice. I was like, huh? He was like, yeah, it's Luke Skywalker. I went, what? And he was like, yeah, it's Luke Skywalker. Waited till the show was over, paused it, went and grabbed a VHS tape, flipped it over. Mark Hamill, Joker, Mark Hamill. Told you, Luke Skywalker. I went, oh. So yeah, I've always been a fan of that fact forever, but for me, it's always been Jack. Like it's the way he portrayed the character. He truly was the clown prince.
I can see that because, like, I remember, I think that was you're talking about Batman '89. I think is where Jack Nicholson, and that was the Batman I grew up watching. I mean, yeah, I watched Batman on TV. I didn't know as a kid that Mark Hamill was the Joker.
Fun fact is I actually have the Batman to go with it over there. So I have the whole set of those two. I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, I collect random just shit, honestly. Like there's no actual like I collect Pokemon cards. I've got Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Um I've got a Rick and Morty puzzle poster that I put together one time, never put back together again. It's random crap. I've got a Jimmy Hart figure from like the 90s sitting in a bookshelf in my living room next to a Dragon Ball Z energy can. It's random crap.
Yeah, like collectors like you and I, we get really random stuff if it fits with our stuff. Because I mean, I have a whole bunch of Funko Pops, and then I have just like I collected Star Wars real big for a little while, and I have a thermos that's got an Ewok on it
Oh,
somewhere.
that's cool.
Yeah,
See, it's cool. I got a
from like
Dragon Ball Z lunchbox that I've never used. It had like a bunch of stuff inside of it, and I literally took the stuff out and it's in random places. I have a flying Nimbus on my desk at work with a Batman and a Robin action figure and a pirate ship. I have like an actual pirate ship sitting on my desk. It's great. So yeah, definitely ran like you said, just whatever we like, just kind of crosses our eye. We're just like, ooh, I want that.
you sound like a raccoon.
Sometimes
It's shiny. It's mine.
shiny, pretty much. I like my wife is a huge Harry Potter fan, and I went all out for her birthday this year. Like acceptance letter to Hogwarts, a chest, a robe, a wand, a butterbeer cup, all with her name on it. It's great. I can't wait till next week.
Butterbeer is really tasty though. I will
I've
say
never
this.
had I've never had it. I plan on trying it. I almost got the six pack to go with it, but money was already kind of spending it. So I was like, what would she rather have, the mug or the beer? The mug. That way she could drink whatever beer she wants out of the mug.
Right. So I know that you're going to be attending a GalaxyCon coming up soon in Oklahoma City. You're going to meet Sting. Is there any other wrestler that you have on your I want to meet list, either in the near
Definitely,
future, the long term, or anything like that?
definitely. Well, GalaxyCon in general, I know I'd like to meet Kevin Nash, uh, Booker T, and Mick Foley. Because I mean, all three of those guys played a centrifugal part to my childhood. Mick Foley was a little later on than Kevin Nash and Booker T because I grew up a WCW guy. Bedtimes and all, one starts at 7, one starts at 8, depending on where you lived in the country. It was an hour. You got an hour long difference between the two shows starting. So I got to watch the first full hour of Nitro every week. So big NWO guy. I mean, like, so that I don't know, like Lita will be there. Like that'd be cool to meet her. But honestly, I'm going for Sting. Just it's been a dream of mine for a long time to meet him, and yeah, people outside of that. Currently, there's a gnat in my face or a mosquito, one of the two. I think I got it. I want to meet Karrion Cross, like really bad. Like I am, that is right now, that's my guy. Like I cannot wait for him to get a push like that he deserves. Like I don't care which title it is, but one of the big ones needs to be on him soon. And I don't mean like a short time period soon, like a lengthy of a title run. Like he needs a good run with
And that's
one of
such
the
an
big people.
organic follow me he
Mm.
got there.
There's it really is because like we saw the purposeful like we'll just wait right here for a minute, okay? Just stand by, okay? Just you know, and nothing happening. Like it's crap, honestly. That dude is so like he is such. I mean, you've seen him in his matches. He is crisp. His character, I don't think is a character. I mean, he portrays the character, but like, no, there's so much realness that he uses. It's it's insane to watch him. He's definitely the guy that I'm following right now. Of the, I won't say new because he's been around a good while now. But in the current like WWE product, that's who I'm watching. That's who
Yeah,
I want to see.
here's my problem though. I just think of how frequently the WWE doesn't treat those organic people or those people with their organic pushes too well.
Yeah.
I mean, I have in my head cemented Zack Ryder in his internet championship, and he got himself over, and they just buried him.
Yeah, I just feel like that it's different. He had a different type of his was like a clout high type situation to me. Like I don't feel like yeah, he was over, but not that type of over. Uh compared to Karrion Cross. The man got eliminated from a battle royal and the entire place booed. I get it, it's your hometown. But I honestly don't feel like that was the reason. Like people are truly just ready to see Karrion Cross in a real whatever the word is, uh not run but program, like something meaningful, something that like make the storyline like well I mean I have my own ideas, but I'm not a writer for WWE. That'd be nice. I would get paid they could back pay me all the money they owe me, but I've been calling the shit for years. So is a bunch of people. But it that's like I said, that's my guy right now in WWE. Um, I'm always gonna be a Samoa Joe fan, so I don't care where he is. That's always my guy wherever he is. So those are the two currently right now I would say that I like the most. Like I said, I've always liked Joe. I'm just he's the only reason you're getting this on film, okay? For you. Admitful, truth moment. I watch AEW. I literally Googled Samoa Joe and just see what comes up that's the newest. I'm like, all right, cool. What's going on? Oh, he's fighting John Moxley. I hope he wins. Hot take. I want to see John Moxley go back to WWE.
Nah.
I do.
So Samoa Joe's your man. Did you know he's in Like a Dragon, the video game?
I did not.
Yeah, I actually just picked up that video game because I knew he was in it.
Let me know how it is.
I don't know if I'll ever play it. and it's just because I don't have time to play video games. You know how life is.
Yeah, I wish I was playing a game, but I've got to do stuff once we're done here with the kids because my wife's not home tonight.
So we both got stuff to do. Let's wrap this up a little by because this episode's going to be out a week from tomorrow as we record it. We record it in 5/20/2025, so it's going to come out 5/27/25. That's the original date. For anyone listening in the Oklahoma area, tell them where your next couple of shows are going to be.
We've got PACTEX, well, I don't know, whatever it's called, Paris, Texas. We've got a convention there. We've got McAlester, Oklahoma the next day. After that, I think
So June 7th,
June
Paris,
7th.
June 8th,
Yeah, the 8th.
McAlester.
Then I think, was it the 21st?
Yes, June 21st.
21st, Mid South Mayhem at the Ballroom at 6200 Robinson in Oklahoma City. And we've got more shows coming up after that. Check us out on Facebook. You'll be able to see what we have coming up. We've got a great list of shows for the next year. I mean, rest of the
He
year
says,
we are.
he forgot to say it's Empire Pro Wrestling at OKC most platforms. And you're Ref Danny Frost, correct, on Facebook? Check him out there.
If you want to find me, it's Danny with my last name. I'm not going to say it, but the Frost Zone is my page on Facebook. You'll find it on there or Instagram, maybe even Thread. I think I have one for that too. I'm on TikTok too. I can't remember what my TikTok is, to be honest. I think it's Danny Frost BTK. Couldn't tell you. Don't remember. I'm barely on it. Can go live. Got like 2,000 followers, but I don't use TikTok, so don't even look on there. Facebook, the Frost Zone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another edition of Wristlocks and Long Talks. Mr. Frost, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Donnie.